The book of Numbers in the Bible is a very interesting book. It's talking about the journey of the Israelites from Egypt into the land of milk and honey. And today in particular, I'd like to talk about chapter 13. And before I get into chapter 13, thank you very much for watching the videos on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks for the follows and thanks for the subscriptions. And if you haven't subscribed, you can click the button. I think it's here or here. Thank you very much for doing that. Of course, turn on the notification button and you can get notified when I upload very new videos. Now in this video, I'm talking about faith, chapter 13, and that's Numbers. It came at a time when these guys were getting into some new land. But before that, God asked Moses and says, Moses, get a group of people, send them into this land of milk and honey, and tell them to spy. Tell them to spy on the land, find out if it's fertile, find out if indeed it flows with milk and honey. So Moses goes around in the groups of people and selects a group of people, a group of men, and sends them out to this land. They spent 40 days in that piece of land, and they were finding out if it indeed flows with milk and honey. These guys came back after 40 days with some grapes, and they were giving a report to Moses and the Israelites. And they were saying, guys, indeed, this land flows with milk and honey. But a huge group of those people who came back were saying, guys, even though it flows with milk and honey, it has huge people. Nephilim. If you know what Nephilim means, these guys are huge and humongous. And they said in that text that to them, they were like grasshoppers. Now, if you look at a grasshopper, if you're a good lover of grasshopper and you eat them, in Uganda we do eat grasshoppers. You can carry it with 2 fingers and eat it. Or you can get a bunch of them, and pour them in your mouth and eat them. That's how the comparison of the Israelites and these guys in that land looked like. One of the people who came back from that journey was Caleb. And Caleb shuts everyone down and says, guys, we can beat these guys. We can go and take over the land of milk and honey. Now in life, you have your goals, you have your aspirations, you have your destination. But so many times you have huge obstacles, huge mountains standing between you and your destination. And there are voices in you that says, you cannot. You want a big job, but the commission is made of people who you can't convince. You want to start a business, but URA has very huge taxes that you can't afford. You want, to travel, but you feel like you will not get the visa. You want to make money, but you feel like you have very little capital to start the business. Those are voices that have gone into the land of milk and honey and have come back to give you a report and saying that is made of milk and honey, but these are huge things that you cannot step over. And I'm coming back to tell you that if you read Numbers chapter 13, the story goes on to say that these guys came back, gave a report to Moses. Caleb stands in and says we can, and now it's left up to Moses to go back to God and tell them, listen, these guys are convincing the Israelites that we can go because there are huge people standing between us and getting the land of milk and honey. And guess what? God asks Moses and says, how many times and how many things have I taken these people through that they could sit and doubt me? What am I trying to say? That in life you have aspirations and you've got to listen to that one particular voice in you. There's always that voice that is telling you, you can do it. You can do it. Now, if you let the many voices in your spirit, in your gut, to win over that one voice, then my friend, you can never make headway in life. And I come in this video to tell you, listen to that one voice. Listen to the Caleb in you. Caleb is telling you, you can do it. Caleb is saying, you can start the business. Caleb is saying, you can get the job. Caleb is saying, you can move on. You understand? So that is the voice that you need to listen to. You need to believe in God, to trust in God, that He who that got you through all the things that you've been through can still take you and fight with you against the Nephilim. That's the video for today. Thanks for the subscription. Keep sharing the videos. Let's move on. Let's spread some positive energy and let's build ourselves better. Until the next video, have a blast.